This is the Know Nothing Show with Steve and Eric.
Get ready for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
It is a return of the Know Nothing Show. Steve Benz, Eric Black. What are we talking about tonight? We're talking about quesadillas, the return and more NFL. Allergies. I hear that Nashville is going legit. We'll talk about clowns and things like that. Eric Black, how the hell are you, my friend?
Man, I'm okay. I'm a little nasally, if you couldn't tell by the initial.
Stop it, you whiner. You whiner.
But I'm good. Thank you for asking. How are you?
You know, I've had better weeks, but that's okay. It's okay. I'm not saying what's in my mug right here, but you know, it's Wednesday. So.
It is. Yeah, it's a day earlier. Now, for those of you freaked out listening to the show right now on whatever station you're listening to it on, yeah, we're early. We have changed again because that's how we roll. Because the people have asked us to, and we are people pleasers. Which is weird because that goes against everything about us. But in some cases, we're people pleasers, and I think you know what I mean.
And it is very true. It is. We aim to please. We please if we would just aim. All the ladies say, just aim.
Just aim. I actually had a lady ask me that today. She's like, why can't I get my 4-year-old to actually pee in the toilet? And I'm like, well, probably because you're not in the bathroom. Maybe bring him into the bathroom first and then put him towards the toilet.
No, here is how you do it. I'm going to drop some legit advice right here.
Oh, here we go.
Here it is, because I have a son, okay, who thought it was so funny to pee up on the wall, okay? Thought it was hilarious, okay? This is what I did. This is what I taught him. Get the little, the tiny bowl, throw it in there, okay? What he thought was so cool is that the water turned green. All I'm saying.
I had blue.
Start with blue, a little yellow, green.
But just so we're all clear, don't put it in the bathtub with you because you will come out as a Smurf. Just trust me on this.
But it is Halloween, so that might not be a bad gig.
You know what? It might not. Might get me some. Give me something. I don't know.
I didn't even think of Halloween being next week in our intro, our hashtags.
Yeah.
Now, let's ask about Halloween. Your favorite Halloween candy?
Ooh. So here, well, first of all, I have to preface, or in some parts of the country, preface, or in other parts of the company. What's that mean? What that means is I'm going to tell you something before I tell you something else.
Okay.
I'm not really a huge candy person. Now I did like her, but she had to go. So we just got rid of her. She was annoying as crap. So see ya. Bye, Felicia.
It's a great stripper name.
It is. Okay. Yeah. However, I'll tell you this. Candy did not like having candy thrown at her for some odd reason. I thought when they introduced candy that was, I took off my little necklace, the candy necklace thingy, and I just threw it at her, and she did not enjoy that. But anyway, I digress.
Now I knew it. Now there was a strip club in Los Angeles, since you were out there as well. The Wild Goose.
Yes.
I knew 3 girls named Candy. Okay, one of them had candy spelled with double D's. That's all I'm saying.
Can't die.
It was legit, but they had a great lunch.
Well, that's the weird part. That's the weird part is they do actually have amazing food, generally speaking. Totally confused by that.
Because I was too cheap to actually buy drinks.
Well,
but the $2 lunches.
Well, I think your problem was you were too busy making it rain, so you didn't have any money for the lunch.
Bring in a roll of pennies. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I'm gonna drop some Abe Lincolns on you, girls.
That's right. Nobody came for quarter night. I didn't understand that. It was not a good night to do that. I don't know.
Because we walked in as the ice cream guy with the little change thing on attached to our belt, like. Like that's how you and I went to strip clubs.
Yep.
You offer $1 and go, can I get change for this?
Yeah.
I'm looking for some quarters for the video game. Is that okay?
And the more drinks we had, the harder it was to put the quarters in and take the quarters out of this said machine that was on our belt. But it worked. We had a good time.
So and that's when you heard Black singing, I'm a good human man. Wait a second. That was the Van Halen Ice Cream Man. I stand corrected with that.
Yeah, you were just dropping names. That's what you were doing.
Bam!
Dang.
All right, so many things to talk about today since we've gone round and round and round and round. Now, the first thing I have to address. Well, wait a second. You didn't answer what was your favorite Halloween candy, though.
Did you see how I did that? Did you see how I completely diverted?
Yeah.
That's what I do. That's my whole thing.
What do you like giving out then?
No. I like getting Snickers bars. Now, here's the thing. Here's the other thing. I don't like chocolate. I'm not a chocolate fan at all. I think chocolate's of the devil. But Snickers bars are my jam. Love Snickers bars. I'll eat one of those all day long. Like I crave Snickers bars. I don't understand it, but that's my favorite.
Now, do you freeze those? I like those frozen.
I used to, and then I found out that they actually have ice cream Snickers bars.
Yes, they do.
So I just skip a step and get it already frozen, and then I just eat it.
Okay. Mine is Mr. Goodbar. That is my stripper name.
Well,
and then they go, "Oh, Mr. Goodbar, you've got so many nuts." Indeed,
your nuts are delicious. Wow. Okay. Is that how you got the ladies? Is that what that was?
They would be like, "What is wrong with him?" And they'd say, "Mrs. B, what is wrong with your son?" And I'd be like, "Trick or treat!"
Yeah.
And it's Easter or whatever. What is the worst costume you ever wore for Halloween?
Well, I don't think I can narrow that down. Here's the deal. So I grew up poor white trash, right?
So nothing's changed.
Nothing at all has changed. That's how I got this job. We're looking for the poorest, whitest, trashiest person we can find. Oh, Eric Black's there. Let's go ahead and have him come on the show.
That's Black family.
We like him. He grew up a black child. So we had, and you probably are familiar with these, but they were like the tablecloths that you have on picnics. That's what they were. They were these very cheap. You look at it and it rips. That's what I had. You had the really thin masks that you could wear. All of that stuff. That's what I had. So the most horrible one I had, I think, was like a Superman one. I love Superman, but they just needed to not do that one. That was a disgrace to the Superman name. It's horrible.
Okay, I'm with you on that. Now, probably the worst one. All right, I dressed up as a cheerleader one year. That was awkward because I got flirted with. It was funny in college to dress like that, but probably the worst was when I was dressed like a hobo and I was wearing my own clothes.
Ooh.
The old hand-me-downs. Unfortunately, the hand-me-downs were from my sisters.
Yeah, that's even more awkward.
You just don't know which way. How do you put the bra on? I thought it was like underwear, that kind of hold the guys and stuff. I didn't know.
No. Now, let me ask you, do you know now?
I'm still not sure.
Okay. Because I was asking.
Because they've got all these crisscrosses and things going on, and there seems to be some type of combination. So it's very Mission Impossible.
I was never good with. I was always asking for my combination. Hey, can you get this lock in high school? It's like I don't know. Can you just open the door? Just open it. I don't know what the combination is. I have no idea.
And how sexy is that? You're with your lady and you go, could you take that off? Because Lord knows I can't get it off.
Can't get it off.
Not sure why it's got 18 hooks.
Yeah. Let alone you. I can't get it off of me either.
And then the ones that are up in front, it's like shaboing.
You're talking about the bras, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
or
okay.
Bros.
Some
of the guys. The bros. All right, so that's Halloween. So if you guys want to post up what your favorite Halloween candy is. I did that on another Twitter feed. Excuse me. It was pretty good. It's pretty good. Mine is Mr. Goodbar. That is
I figured that. Yeah.
It's delicious.
Mhm.
It's delicious. It is delicious on ice cream. It's the way I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Halloween. So hopefully, are you going to have trick-or-treaters in your neighborhood?
Well, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of little a-holes in our neighborhood, as we do. It's an HOA, so everybody and their brother has something. Yeah, but I think what we're gonna do this time is not deal with all that crap. I'm gonna have a 2-year-old here next month in November, so I think this is the first year that we can actually take her around and she'll actually kind of know what's going on. And then I don't have to deal with everybody else's little brats.
Now, how are you going to teach the little ones how to trick or treat? Are you prepared to teach them how to do that?
Yes. My daughter will walk around naked until somebody gives her candy, and then she will put her clothes on.
Okay. I like that.
Now, when I say daughter, I mean me, and that's how it's going to work. So if you want us to go away, fill it up. Fill it on up.
That is funny. I like that. Trick or treat. Here we are.
Hello.
That's how I'm going to do it when people come to my door. Like, whoa, right there.
Right. Want to see a trick?
Bowl in the perfect place. Like, go ahead, kids.
Yep. It's going to kind of resemble, those little bowls they have where the hand will come out. Like you'll reach in, but that hand will come out and grab you. Same concept, except not a hand.
I totally agree with that. I think Halloween's going to be fun. It's on a Tuesday, though. I don't know where you are, but the trick-or-treaters here in my neighborhood get to go out from 3 to 7.
Yeah.
School doesn't get out till 3:30.
Right.
Okay? No one gets home till 7.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're on now. If they ring the doorbell, I'm not going to be there.
Nope. Not going to happen.
I don't get it. Let them stay out till 8 o'clock.
Well, I think around these parts, that's actually what they do. Like, they have that specific time. But I think everybody's like, oh, yeah, we don't really care what you guys have decided to do for us because we're going to do whatever we want. And that's one of the cool things I like about this neighborhood is sometimes they actually get it right. But I think that's what's happening is I still hear people out at like 10 o'clock. And our wonderful neighbors decide that they have to have a PA system going on until the wee hours of the morning. So that's fun. But it is what it is.
Trick or treat.
That's actually what it sounds like. Yeah, it's very distorted and very annoying, and I think that they all need to be slapped in the face.
But if you guys need some advice about Halloween, this is the show to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Ask us on Twitter or Facebook. Know Nothing Show, and we're up on the Facebook Live on the.
We are. That's true.
Now we were just talking about candy, and I must. I don't know if I protest this. We were talking about this just before we went live. Taco Bell, probably the one. We were talking about Demolition Man, I think it was last week, where Taco Bell won the franchise wars in the movie. So remember that's the only restaurant that exists in the movie Demolition Man, which was like 49, 20, 38, something like that. Right?
Something like that. It's pretty accurate.
So what Taco Bell is now coming out with is something that you're going to find quite delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 2 scoops of delicious radio. It is brand new quesadillas right there. You feel like licking your lips.
Well, a little.
Show the ladies how you lick your lips. Exactly. That is really gross, but okay. So here are the new quesadilla flavors for y'all. Kit Kat or Twix quesadillas?
I feel like this is a bad idea. Although, I'll give them this. When I'm coming home at like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, 14 years ago when I could do that type of thing, I really didn't care what I was putting in my pie hole. I just wanted something to eat. So obviously I would go to Taco Bell because they were generally always open and generally always around. So maybe this time I get a Kit Kat quesadilla. I don't know. I'll give it a shot. I won't even remember it in the morning.
But you will when it comes out.
Well,
because if you have a quesadilla, it means you're going to throw cheese on it. Maybe a little guacamole.
Guac.
maybe some onions and tomatoes. That will be very painful coming out.
Well, maybe.
Now, if you tie in like the left Twix or right Twix, again, right there, you're not really sure what's going to happen.
Well, do we know which is best? Does Taco Bell know left or right on the Twix bar? Do they know which is best?
I don't. That should be interesting. We need to get a Taco Bell manager because Lord knows we are the appropriate show for that person.
Yeah.
Call in to message us. Tell us, even like break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar and put it in a quesadilla.
Go ahead and quesadilla that up. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how anybody would think. Does that sound delicious or does it not?
I don't. I mean, I'm trying to think, man. When I was drunk, would I have wanted? No, I don't think that would be on my. I know that I am completely trashed, but I really would like this list of things that I would get.
Right.
I don't think so.
It's just like the old when your mouth is really dry, you really high. Okay. And when that happens, you just might have a Kit Kat quesadilla. Kit Kat quesadilla.
Well, we're bringing in old shows. It's fine.
And if it's 99 cents, I'm all over that.
Right. Because everything there is stupid cheap.
Because it all comes out of a one bag anyway. They just like.
Well, and that kind of concerns me for their employees. Because how are you? I mean, they got to be working for literally pennies.
That's true.
Unless they're selling a ridiculously large amount of food every single day. Those people are working for free.
That's like eating, it's almost as bad as Del Taco. If any of you ever visit Southern California, do not stop at Del Taco.
I was completely not impressed. Everybody was talking it up. Oh, I can't wait for Del Taco. It's going to be so good. Once upon a time in Los Angeles, there was a Del Taco. No, I don't care. I went there like 4 times. I was like, no, the third time, I don't know. Maybe one more time I'll go. Nope, I don't like it. I don't care. It's not anything. It's not bad, but it's not.
It's the only bathroom where there are 3 rails in the stall.
And I think we all know what that means.
When there's a rail behind you, what is that saying?
Yeah.
That means you've now got both hands on the railing behind you to brace yourself.
Now, if you have ever sat on a toilet and there is a brace, there is a handrail behind you. Now, I can understand on the sides. I get that. That's fine. There are people that need those. But if there's one behind you where you can't really reach it for some reason, but yet your hand is on it, maybe you want to reevaluate your life choices.
That's right. And then if the bathroom, if it also has like a kickstand where you can put your feet up,
yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
And
now we just had one of our viewers saying that they love Del Taco burritos.
Which is fine if you want to wear a seatbelt on the toilet. That's totally acceptable. You can completely do that. That's fine.
There's a reason why this Gary guy weighs 103 pounds.
Yeah.
Nothing stays inside, Gary.
He's on the Del Taco diet.
Nothing.
Weird.
All right, so we'll move on. Now, one thing we were talking about as well, I need to hear your thoughts on this. This is going to be the last time we talk about the NFL. Okay, I've had enough of this. They're like the Bear game over the weekend, 8,000 people did not show up in protest. Okay.
And that's a big number. That's a huge number for an arena.
If you think about it, it holds 70,000.
Yep.
So right there. So 7,000, that's pretty good. That's 10% didn't show up.
Yep.
So with this, Colin Kaepernick is now been invited by the owners for the next owners meeting. Right there, I'm not sure what to think. So Coach Eric Black. I asked my friend, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, you just call me Coach. Well, it's getting it's already no, I can't say that it's getting weird. It's already weird. It's just getting more weird right now. Every time we go into another week of NFL football, something else random is coming up that you're just like, are you freaking? I thought that are we not done with this yet? So I think what's going to happen is they are at a spot, and much like all of the rest of America right now, they're at and they won't stand up for themselves. The NFL wants to talk to him and find out what his deal is, but I don't think they're gonna be like, well, these are our rules. It has nothing to do with you. These are just our rules. Blah blah blah. But I think it's going to be something to the effect he's going to hear him out. They're going to hear him out, and then it's still going to be. I think they're going to give in. I think they're going to give in to him, and they're going to be. He'll be signed within 3-4 weeks to a team. Maybe not this season, but next season he'll be back on it. He'll start training this year. Blah blah blah. I don't know, man. Colin Kaepernick, he's not a bad guy. Right. This whole thing has just been blown out of proportion completely. We've said it on the show 500,000 times. I'm kind of tired of saying it. Yeah. It's getting old. I'm over it. I just want to. I heard one of the announcers on one of the games on Sunday say, "Can we just get back to football? Can we simply get back to football? That's all we want." That's why 8,000 people weren't at the freaking stadium. That's why I have friends here that have said, "I don't care. I'm not gonna. I have season tickets. It's the beginning of the season." But I'm not going to go anymore. I'm going to save all of my tickets. No, I'm not going to sell them. I'm just going to have not anybody in those seats. Yeah. That's why they're saying that, because it has nothing to do with anything that they think it has anything to do with right now. Yeah. It's stupid. It's an incredibly it doesn't make any sense to me at all. If you want to protest, fan-freaking-tastic. Protest. Do it outside of this event. Do it outside of this is entertainment. Yep. This is your job. This is what you do. And I get job equality. I get all that stuff. I'm not against any of that stuff. But this is not the time nor the place to do this. If you want to do it outside, do it on your Twitter feeds, do it in the media outside of this, have at it. Yep. Have at it.
And did anybody protest at the World Series?
No.
Nobody.
4 people, I think. And those were concession stands people.
That's because they had a bad knee. It was a guy going, Bud Light.
Bud Light. And he wasn't even selling it. It was weird.
We need that guy in the studio, though.
I do need that guy.
Look around. Let's go, Bud Light.
Yeah.
Bud Light.
I'd be all right with that. That would be okay.
Yeah, it'd be good. I hope it's just done. And again, my only comment is Kaepernick is not under contract. So let's move on. You got to earn your way. I don't care how bad. And what team are they going to join? He can't join the 49ers again because he told them,
Yep.
What other team could he play for?
Although they could use him. Well, but see, there was talks. I mean, they were talking about even the Titans were talking about having him, but they just couldn't come to a conclusion to where. Now, when you're in charge of a team, when you're a team owner, it's not just about hiring somebody. It's about PR. It's about all of the stuff that makes your company. It's the same as a normal company. A football franchise is a normal company. It is a CEO of a company. It is the owner of a company. That is what this is. You have to uphold your company image. If it doesn't, if whatever these employees are doing doesn't fit into your company image, they are no longer employees, or they have to change their ways. One of the two has to happen. That's how business is. That's how it's always been. That's how it always will be. That's why I own my own business, because those people. But it's one of those things where there are, again, for the 500th freaking time, there are rules and regulations. You have to follow said rules and regulations. Are there things that we don't agree with in our jobs? Yes, absolutely. Are there things that we would rather not do? Yes, absolutely.
True.
But we can't do that at our job.
That's right.
Do that at your job. You can do that at your job, but you would no longer have that job. You will be gone. If you're not doing your job.
I don't like wearing my paper hat when I'm at Kentucky Fried Chicken, when I'm the assistant manager on the weekends. But anyway.
But you do it anyway, and you do it with a smile. It looks like you're having a stroke, but it's still a smile.
But I get to take home all the extra chicken.
Which is delicious, and I appreciate that.
We appreciate that. We really do. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. And we're going to come back in a couple of minutes, but we're going to keep going on. I don't know. You sound a little off tonight. We're going to have to talk about it in segment 2. Okay, you're throwing me off here.
Okay.
You sound a little olive oil-ish. Right now, people are going to have to look at him and go, olive oil. Who the hell is olive oil? So,
I don't know what that means.
So we just keep throwing it out there. All right, so it's the end. The end. I do not want to talk about the NFL again.
Yeah.
And the protest. That is absolutely out of here. Although we do like the idea of the Kit Kat Twix bars. Are we giving a thumbs up for that idea?
I think we should try it. I think, I think so. Thumbs up. Yep.
And just like what we do like is McDonald's is bringing back the dollar menu. We're giving a thumbs up for us guys that only carry $1.
For those of us that work in radio,
Yeah,
we're a big thumbs up.
so we
big.
like that. So right
Love
there,
loving it.
So if you want to send us food, it's okay because now that they got Uber at McDonald's, they'll deliver the dollar menu.
They'll do it
right there. So if you park next to me in the media parking lot, I'm checking your seat for change.
Yep, you will be searched
because I might upgrade to the cheeseburger.
Oh, well,
right up just a little more from the hamburger to the cheeseburger, right there. Little small fries. It's like 4 fries.
You are living dangerous, my friend. I like it.
So it should be. So tell you what, let's take our first break. When we come back, we need to talk about, he sounds funny. Eric sounds funny and I don't like it. It's throwing me off.
A little bit.
Okay. Also, Nashville is going legit. I do not know what that means, but we'll find out. Stay tuned. You are listening to the Know Nothing Show. Steve Benz, Eric Black. We'll be right back. We are back in better than ever, or at least we thought so a few minutes ago. Steve and Eric, the Know Nothing Show. We are both in the Burger King studios. I'm here in Chicago. He is over in Nashville. There's a lot of things going on. We need to find out what the hell Nashville's all about. So I say to you, sir, Eric Black, take us into segment 2.
Well, first, before we came back break, or went to break, we were talking about how I sound weird.
Yeah, you do.
And it's true, I do. And this is nothing. This is nothing out of the ordinary. I always sound weird, but it is enhanced this week, and I'm going to tell you why. So earlier this week, actually, it was more like late last week, I guess. This is confusing to me now. It's because of this situation. Late last week, I decided to go ahead and mow my lawn, as you do when the lawn gets too high.
Yeah,
you turn on a mower and you mow it, or as the rich folks do, they hire somebody and have it done for them.
Right.
Well, went ahead and did that, and everything was fine. It was better than it's ever been. You know, it's getting to that season fall as everything's drier. It's getting to be where everything is dying. It doesn't take as much effort. It hasn't grown as much because it's slowing down. So it was nice. I was enjoying it. It wasn't taking as long. I wasn't sweating like a whore in church. It was fantastic. It was great. Yeah. So the next day, I wake up, which is a great thing to do on the next day. And I can't breathe out of my nose. Why? Well, I'll tell you. I have allergies. Apparently to everything outside. All of it. Which is great, which is fantastic. So I have, it resembles a cold, but it's not a cold. It's just, I can't breathe out of my nose. It's better now. You should have heard me 2 days ago. It's better now than it was before, but I feel like I'm, instead of like a lot of people in China or Japan will wear those white masks when they're sick.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like I have a tin can over my face all the time. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So anyway, I've taken a whole bunch of medication. I have taken, which actually is over the counter. It's nothing illegal yet. I'm getting there. It might come to that. But it's all over the counter stuff that you can buy at your local Walmart, dollar store, wherever. I don't know, some dude in a trench coat, whatever. But I can't breathe. So that's why you're sounding, that's why you're hearing all this nasally wonderfulness. All because I decided that I wanted to mow the lawn and get it done before I had to go out of town last weekend. So from now on, I'm not mowing the lawn. I'm just going to let it grow, and I'm going to get all the letters from my HOA, my homeowners association, and I'm going to use that for fuel to burn in my fireplace. Because I just don't care anymore, and I'm tired of the whole allergy situation. It just
now, have you gone and got tested to find out exactly what you are allergic to? The surprises and stuff.
So I said it earlier. Everything. That's what we've determined is that if I walk outside, I'm allergic to that.
I spoke to your mom.
How's that going?
That you're allergic to work.
Okay.
So
when I walk outside of my door, that's where work is. And I'm allergic to everything outside of my door.
I don't know. I can't even imagine you cutting the lawn. You know what? Maybe you should get a face mask and the goggles and all of that.
Well, but I did that once, and
was it a push mower?
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you catch the grass clippings or did you mulch them?
No. I did that for the first 2 mows, and that's dumb because you got to stop every 10 minutes and unload the clippings into some stupid bag and then put it on your stupid lawn after you're done with it. Okay. No, screw that. I take off, that little guard they have on the side of your lawnmower so that that's dumb. That's leaving. That's out of here. That's gone. It just goes wherever it needs to go so that I don't have to clean it up.
So it just shoots it out.
It's just going out. Yeah, I don't have time to do all that other extra crap. I'm not doing that.
I'm gonna suggest something that you might get, and it might help you. Okay. Perhaps a riding mower is more your style, where then you could ride like a train cap. You can go woo woo, it then throws it further away. You're now sitting versus walking in the cut grass. So you only need $2,000 for a riding mower.
10 years ago, maybe. Yeah. The one I want is actually a John Deere, and I would have the lawn mowed in less than 5 minutes.
Hey, there you go.
I mean, trees and everything. I would have everything. Everything would be cut down.
I think that's the way to go.
I'm just saying. I'm thinking about. So every once in a while, you'll see these tractors on the side of the road on the interstates. They're mowing the lawns, right? I'm thinking of diverting one of those to my neighborhood and mowing my ditch. Now I don't have a ditch, but I can pretend that I have. This whole yard is the ditch. Just pretend that this whole yard is your ditch, and you mow it. You mow it well. I don't know.
I am just not thinking of you pushing a mower. Perhaps having a hard. Do you have an electric starter?
Can I tell you a secret?
Okay.
Can I tell you a secret?
Listening. Go ahead.
It is a push start, but it also is it does itself. It propels itself. It's self-propelling. All I have to do is squeeze the trigger. And it just roll. Yeah. Now, if you're going uphill, it's a little bit harder, but it's self-propelled. So don't tell anybody else.
The type of lawnmower I want is like a hoverboard. Like a, where I could just stand on top of it and just lean forward.
Right.
Segway. I want a Segway lawnmower for that. Yeah.
Right.
And when I do it, I want to look like the Red Baron. I want the I want the scarf. And, when I'm cutting lawn, just so I lean forward, I got the big goggles and all, because sometimes I do have problems cutting the lawn too. But I would like to be a little more dramatic than your whining.
So here's what I'm hearing from you. All you want is theme music while you're mowing the lawn. That's all I'm hearing from you is you just want theme music.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Well, all right.
Is that so bad?
No, I'm just
blaring. Okay.
Clear.
So then everybody sees that I'm cutting the lawn. And then I can put my hands up because they're stretched out because I was grabbing the bathroom bar that is behind me. So
while you're mowing the lawn?
Well, no, that I'm just stretched out. My shoulders are stretched out that in case I needed to make a pit stop in the bathroom, with the bar that's behind you, I could do it.
Okay. Well,
I tied the two segments together. It's amazing.
No, I got it. Oh, I saw it. I heard it. I'm here. I'm with you on that. We're live together on that.
It worked. It worked when I started thinking about it.
I guess so.
One thing I got to throw in here before we move on to the next subject is next month we're going 2 hours. We're going from 90 minutes to 2 hours.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
We're going to be simulcasting in Las Vegas. right there, the people are already writing and going, "Are you effing kidding us?"
Mm.
And then they asked, "When are we showing up?" I'm not sure the Bellagio is ready for that.
I don't think we've already contacted them about that, and they have yet to reply.
Yeah. I'm just looking for a Groupon, so
Yeah,
we can get 4 rooms for the price of one night.
one night.
Okay, it's $300, but if I will gladly pay you next Tuesday, if we can stay 4 nights this week.
This week, well, maybe somebody else will pay you. We're not gonna. We won't pay you because we're who we are. But I'm assuming somebody will pay you because that's how it always works out. Somebody pays us, whether it's a fan or our mothers. I mean, somebody pays the bill. I don't know who it is, but it always gets paid. It's not us.
Because all I'm going to do, like being a Fed, I'm going to drop the know nothing badge. It'd be like, psh, like this.
Mhm.
Psh, let us in.
Mhm.
If you're watching on a video, it'd be like, psh, there we go.
Yeah. I like that no one listening on the radio, they're like, I'm confused. Well, it's because you're missing half of it. We're actually live on Facebook right now. Now, here's the deal. If you're listening to this show on any other day other than Wednesday, well, obviously we're not live, but we were live at one point in time, and we will be live again, and you'll need to be probably a bigger part of that situation next time.
You could. Now, we do need some involvement from all of you. One, when we go to 2 hours, we're going to be taking phone calls. Right there for all of you like, oh my God, I can't call in because Steve and Eric will make fun of me. Well, if your voice is anything like that, we will. That's
a fair statement, actually. Yeah.
But in the meantime, guys, read us a sweeper. A sweeper is some type of station ID or show ID. Say, hi, this is Matilda. I'm calling from Baton Rouge. I love the Know Nothing Show. That's all you have to send us.
That's it.
Email it to us.
Yeah. Record it on your phone.
There you
Whatever.
go.
Doesn't matter. Call in. Whatever you got to do. Doesn't matter.
So even if you disappear for a couple of months, we're here for you.
That's right. And by the way, if you do disappear for like 2 or 3 months from everything, right? And this is what is bringing you back. This show is what's bringing you back. I feel like we probably need to have like a 3rd hour of counseling for situations such as this, because we appreciate you coming back. Don't get me wrong, but if this is the sole reason why you're coming back, this is the Know Nothing Show is why you're coming back to hang out, to reality, to life. I don't know, man. That's messed up a little bit.
First of all, I hope they have HMO coverage.
Well, something they're going to need. That's not Obama cover. It's not going to cover that. Something's much bigger necessary. So I can't even talk about it because I'm so baffled as to why you would come back. This is the show. And again, thank you. That's fantastic. We appreciate it.
So we're going to have a segment. Dr. Steve and Dr. Eric will answer your problems.
That's right.
But
not before we make fun of you.
Please send us an email. What was the email address again?
Our email address, ladies and gentlemen, is knownothingboys@gmail.com. That's right. Gmail.com. Not knownothingshow.com. Gmail.com.
That way we can see it right away. We will read those suggestions. And if you do need therapy, if you have been gone and you're coming back right there, we will talk about that.
Yeah, we will talk. And here's the deal. If you don't want us to tell everybody your name, we won't do that. But we will talk about it. All you got to do is just say, please keep this between us. Don't tell my name. We won't. I promise. We won't tell your name, but we will talk about it. It'll be fun for everybody.
I mean, we're talking about somebody. Her name, her fake name is Carol. Okay. It's Carol.
It could be a guy. It could be a guy. We don't know.
Right.
We don't know.
Just no way.
Carol could be a dude's name.
We're just not sure.
Maybe it's Carl. Could be Carl.
That's true. I didn't think of that. Maybe I read that wrong.
I mean, it's
on the way.
I'm just saying. Could be.
Now, you were talking about Nashville going legit right there. I'm not buying that.
Well, here's the deal. So, like all these major cities, we're talking about New York, we're talking about Los Angeles, and that's really all we're talking about. But we're talking about these major major cities. London, if you want to go that far, whatever it is, they all have these amazing transit situations. You have buses, you have L trains, you have subways, you have all of these different situations. Nashville brings in 100 people a day moving to this fair city. Now, to those of us that actually live here, that completely blows, because that just means 100 more a-holes every time we go on the interstate or street we have to deal with. So annoying is what that simply means. No one knows how to drive here. And this is honest to God, I would rather be in LA traffic right now, because I actually know that when I get on the interstate, I am not going anywhere for at least an hour. In Nashville traffic, I may be going fine for 10, 15 minutes, and all of a sudden I'm stopped. Why? No idea. No clue. There's no reason, no rhyme or reason why we're all stopped, but we're all stopped here. And then we get to the point to where it all clears up, and it's like, why did there was no point in us stopping here. There was no police. There was no accident. There was nothing. There was no reason why you should be stopped right here where you are. Okay, well, anyway, I digress again. Nashville is going to the proposal has come to the table. Now, this is a $5.2 billion with a B, with a B as in boy or ballsack, whichever you prefer. $5.2 billion transit proposal for this here city of Nashville. That's going to include light rail system. There's going to be like a massive tunnel underneath the city for subways and things like that. But they're also going to overhaul the entire bus system. Now, this to me is amazing, because the amount of work that's going to go into that's probably not going to happen overnight. It's probably going to be like 5 or 6, 10 years, according to Nashville. It takes them to do a quarter mile of interstate. It takes them 6 years. Whatever, that's fine. This is going to be huge, because now all of us can travel wherever. So for those of you familiar with Nashville, the proposal includes potentially going from Nashville to Murfreesboro, which is almost an hour away, but it's going to be underneath everything. Or it could be a rail system. They're still trying to figure that out. But it's going to be much like LA, much like New York, where you have the subway system, you have the rail system, you have the L train, all of this good stuff that'll get you from point A to point B quicker, and it will decrease the amount of cars on the road, hopefully, because there are a lot of a-holes on the road. I think people will give up their cars here. There's a lot of millennials here, which I think we're going to get into here in a second, but there are a lot of millennials here that really just are into this whole not using our natural resources, which I think is fine. But this should really help that out. Most of it's going to be electric, so there won't be any gas emissions or anything like that. It should help everything go along. But I say this because I'm just excited that now Nashville can be a part of a major city situation. We can be as cool as New York and Los Angeles. I mean, we're already cool in our own right.
Right.
Now in the transit situation, we can be even cooler. I'm excited.
Let's talk about you brought up New York and Los Angeles pretty often. New York, going to subway, you can get stabbed, killed. You're trapped.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Like if you go under the Hudson, okay, you get to see the water dripping down on this, and then you get claustrophobic and people freak out. If any of you have been on the subway system in New York, it is not a pretty sight. Okay, you get packed in there, and then when you try to get out, you can't.
True.
So you might as well get ready, because you're going out to the Bronx. You didn't want to go to the Bronx. You're going to the Bronx.
Yeah. I've been to the Bronx at about 2:30 in the morning. I was getting dreads from somebody, and I went to the center of the Bronx. If you've ever been to the center of the Bronx at 2:30 in the morning, there was not a good reason why you were there at 2:30 in the morning. I was a tourist. I just simply got lost. But you don't want to be there at 2:30 in the morning for generally any reason.
Now, they've cleaned up New York and, the Big Apple and all that. Okay, that's great. A lot of money goes into that.
Right.
Now we're talking about Los Angeles. So Los Angeles now has a rail system themselves.
True.
Not so much a subway, because let's face it, it's kind of hard to break into the mountain. Okay. Right. Kind of like what you're doing in Tennessee. You're going to try to dig into the mountain. That makes a lot of sense, people. Okay. Right. So
Right.
now you go the railways, which is like here in Chicago, the L. So you're above, which would make more sense
Mm-hmm.
if you think of it. So what are they going to call it? The Dolly Parton rail? Is it going to be something that clever?
Well, I think they're going to call it the Double D train, is what I think what they're going to do.
It gets us
That's
back to Andy, which this is how we started the show.
Yeah, right. Exactly. See how I did that? Yeah. See how that works? Yeah, I can do it too.
Amazing. That was amazing. And then you brought up millennials. Okay.
Wow.
This is a big discussion. And for all you listeners out there, there is a divide that has gone on. There's a divide between you and I. Okay.
There's always a divide between you and I.
That's true. Because let's face it, you and I just can't divide a cake evenly
No.
because you can't cut straight and neither can I.
It's not that I can't cut straight. It's that I don't cut straight. I want more is what it is. I can cut straight as an arrow if I want to. I just choose not to.
We just can't seem to understand that one of us needs to get 51% of the cake, the other one gets 49. That's where the fighting begins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this gets us to essentially how we've both been classified. Perhaps is that a good word, classified?
I think so. Yeah, because it's yeah. I think so.
I am a Gen Xer.
Sure.
Okay. I didn't name me that. Somehow, somewhere along the way, I got named a Gen Xer.
Mm-hmm.
Probably sometime in the 90s.
Probably.
You are a lazy mofo millennial.
To be fair, I'm on the fence between a Gen Y and a millennial. And if I'm leaning to the right side, I'm going to be more a Gen Y than I'm going to be a millennial by far.
Look, you're a millennial, and I named you that.
Not a millennial.
You cannot run.
I'm pretty good at running. Pretty good at it.
I saw you running when we were at the Hall & Oates concert. It was not pretty.
Doesn't have to be pretty, just has to be efficient.
Okay. It was not pretty. But here, this is where the rub and the arguing between you and I.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for many of the listeners and viewers out there, I think you'd probably agree. We can look at something, and because of when we were born, we don't see anything the same way. Now, you and I agree on stuff like the NFL. There's quite a few things that you and I agree on.
Right.
Right?
Right. Fair.
But then there's probably 87,000 things that you and I will never, ever agree.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we cannot sit in a lunch break. We've got like 8-hour lunch breaks.
It's
You
weird.
and I cannot sit there and just agree. Now, we can agree on snacks and stuff like that.
Sure.
You throw something out there, I wonder, because of our age categories or whatever, kind of like in marketing,
Mm-hmm.
not the demo.
Mm-hmm.
Like this show. What is our demo? We were both asked that the other day.
Right.
Guys, no nothing. What's the demo? And then you and I just kind of went back and forth.
Yep. Literally.
And with that, are we a millennial show? Are we a Gen Xer show? Or that, what was the one between all of that? The Echo?
Echo generation or Echo
name or whatever it is? And that's the group that were born by the boomers?
Yeah, that sounds right. We'll go with that.
And I'm just like, who made this up?
Yeah. Echo boomers is what it was. Yeah.
What? I can't use the R word. What wrong person? Because we're not supposed to. Okay. FCC said we can't use that.
But you want to really, really, really bad. You want to really, really, really bad.
But I'm holding back. I'm holding back. But all of you that are listening or watching, which are you? Are you a Gen Xer? Are you an Echo man and the Bunny Men? Or are you a millennial?
Listen, here's the deal. I have an impression of not every millennial that I know, but a good large percentage of the millennials that I know. Wait for it. Are you ready? If you're not watching on the video, you're gonna completely miss this. So go back and watch it later. You'll understand. But this is my impression of almost every millennial that I know. Right here we go.
Right.
That's it.
That's
it.
You know, instead of smoking the real weed, you're vaping.
You're vaping. Now, here's my question though: is it actually smoking or is it not smoking? Because it's literally a vapor. I mean, is this
versus, which is, you guys got to be seeing this, versus if you are on my side, you'd hear right?
I'm pretty sure that we have an after-hour show coming up, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, there you go.
More about that. That's why I have my honey roasted peanuts for that. Okay,
because you're gonna get the munchies for sure.
I think that is really. Wouldn't you say that's probably the essence of this show? Is because we are from two different demographics, and there's just no way that we could agree on everything.
I do, but at the same time, we're not gonna leave anybody out. If we haven't made fun of you yet, just give it time. We're coming to you. We have to do so many other things first. Right. So yes, no, I completely agree with you. But at the same time, we will make fun of you. We will get to you. It's going to happen, whether you like it or not. It's going to happen. So just be prepared.
And even, everything that we're talking about, there's just different vantage points of life. I have siblings that are boomers. Okay.
Right.
And I look at them and I go, you're just old.
You are old.
You're just old. And then the rest of us, it's just, and then you think of, if I hear this one more time in my life, I'm part of the greatest generation ever. And I'm like, really? Seriously? And this would be, my parents and people that fought in the world wars and stuff like that. And I'll say, yeah, that was a great CD. That was a great DVD.
It was decent. Yeah.
The Pearl Harbor movie with Ben Affleck. Yeah, I'm sure that was realistic, Dad.
And I probably won't buy it off the infomercial, but it was all right.
Yeah. So now, millennials, you're up next. And let's face it, if the millennials are going to be running the country, and eventually you will be, it'll be on nap time all day. That's what I see out of millennials. Just, it's time for naps.
Which is, I think that's part of our platform in 2020 is bringing back some sort of nap time situation. Not all day, but some sort of nap time situation, because we have to. There has to be a time in our day, which for us is unique because it's more like 8 hours, but whatever, it's fine. Most people need a nap.
Isn't there a society out there that they do take a nap during the day?
Yeah, they're the Japanese, I think.
Is it them? I know that when I was out in Silicon Valley and stuff, looking at some of that, I know Google has sleep tents.
Mm-hmm.
They can take power naps during the day. I'm like, what?
Right.
Are you kidding me? You come in at 10, you take a nap from 1 to 2, and you leave at 5. What? I want this job.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got they have a lunch break too.
And it's catered.
Yep.
I want that too.
Yeah, we should actually.
I want to complain about cutting the lawn and having allergies. Okay. Got you on that one. It's too funny. It's too funny. All right, social media boy, tell everybody where they can find reruns and all this and what's going on before we head off for the night. Yeah, remember, next month we're going 2 hours.
Next month, 2 hours. Right now it's an hour, but next month we're starting 2 hours. Find us on knownothingshow.com. There's all the information I'm about to tell you located on there. So if you don't remember anything else, remember knownothingshow.com. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter. We are Know Nothing Show. Just do at Know Nothing Show. You can find us. You actually go to our website as well, knownothingshow.com, and find our Instagrams, our own individual Instagrams. You can do that. If you want to send us an email, please do at knownothingboys.com. We look forward to those sweepers, which, as Steve very well laid out earlier, all that is, hey, we love the Know Nothing Show. This is Bill Joe from Walmart. Whatever he was, it doesn't really matter where you're from. We have a lot of Walmart people that we hang out with. Just send us an MP3 or whatever you can save it as. We'll figure out how to convert it. If you want to call us, I don't know. Can we do the number? Can we call? Have people call us?
Yeah, let's have them call the Chicago studios, 312-880-9734. 312-880-9734. You could just call. It'll go right to voicemail. You guys can record it that way if you're too lazy to record it on your phone.
Yeah, which I know a lot of you are. But otherwise, there is the availability. If you're listening to us on the radio, that's totally fine. But you can actually watch us as well via Facebook Live and eventually via YouTube. We'll have everything back on YouTube too. But go to Facebook Live, go to our Facebook page, Know Nothing Show, for now, and look at all the last few shows. That's it. That's all you got.
It is time for us to get out of here. Follow us wherever you go. Believe me, we're right behind you. I swear to God, we're checking out how you walk. I swear that. It is a Know Nothing Show. I'm Steve Benz. That's Eric Black. Thanks for joining us. We will see you next time on Know Nothing.
Bye-bye.
All right, for all those that are still out there and on the network right now, we are going to be hosting the After Hours on Facebook Live. So go to our page on Facebook, Know Nothing Show. You can find both Eric and I. We're going to be on for about 15 more minutes. So jump on there now. Get over there. And I mean right now, because we're there right now. We're still arguing over millennials and Gen Xers. All right. So go ahead, Eric. You can.
I'm not classified. I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna put up with that. I'm not classified as a millennial. I'm going with Gen Y because I'm literally I'm on the fence. I'm between the two of them, and I'm gonna sway more to Gen Y. That may not be a good thing to you, but to me, I'd rather be Gen Y than a millennial any day of the week. And for those millennials that are watching, sorry.
So Gen Y is when then? Is
All
Gen
right.
Y, is that before the Echoes?
Well, okay. So the generation here's what I've found out. So the generation of people born during the 1980s to early 90s are Generation X, kind of. Members of Generation Y are often referred to as Echo Boomers because they are children of parents born during
the Generation X are from the 60s up until Reaganomics, right? And then the Y is Reagan to Clinton.
To Clinton, I believe, yes.
So that's half the time. That's only 10 years.
Well, and see, that's my question too. It seems to me that they have started to just kind of shrink everything down to now. Well, it's been 20 minutes. We gotta change it up.
We don't like shrinkage. Right there. We're not doing shrinkage.
You got to do something else. I don't like this. It's weird.
But, okay. So that's where I'm kind of thrown off. So the Echo are the kids born after when then? Like now?
I guess.
Echo kids?
I guess.
Because those are the kids of which generation then? That's where I'm kind of all thrown off. Who the hell came up with this? What marketing person?
I think Bob Dole was the person who came up with all, and we know how that all went. But so the definition of a millennial,
okay,
is a person reaching young adulthood in the early 21st century. Now, you and I both agree on this. That what does that mean?
Right.
How do we define that?
Right. That's confusing.
So
confusing. Because I thought the generations were splitting up by 20 years. They're saying 20 years, if that gets you to adulthood being 20.
Right.
That's where I'm kind of thrown off. So then the next group should be from 80 to 2000.
So let me throw another wrench in the gears then. I just looked up on Wikipedia, which is a great source of information. It's on the internet, so it's got to be true. Millennials, also known as Generation Y, are the demographic cohort following Generation X. There are no precise dates for when this cohort starts or ends, but demographers and researchers typically use the early 1980s as starting birth years and the mid-90s to early 2000s as ending birth years.
Okay, so the millennials are the 2000 is the 1980 to 2000.
And that's what I'm saying. Like it really actually kind of overlaps. So the Gen Y overlaps two millennials. So some of us are both actually.
Right. Which you could be. I think every generation you can tell.
Yeah.
Kind of bleed over if you're on something. Just like my sign. I'm a Gemini on the cusp of screw you.
Well, yeah. Hold on.
All right, because there are just so many echo boomers. That one threw me off. I'm like, who the hell are echo boomers? And you, of course, vaping like most millennials do.
I'm not gonna lie. This is a nice effect on the camera. I might just do this every show.
That's how we start the show.
Yeah.
Now that would be a cool way. I need to get that too, so then we could both appear that way.
We could, yeah. We could just have fun, and your fog would kind of cascade over into my fog, and then it'd be good.
I like that. Now, one thing that we didn't talk about was alien invasions.
Right.
I wanted to make sure I give you a chance to address those alien nation.
Well, I think we're seeing a lot more things, a lot more movies, a lot more books, a lot more of everything on aliens. The FBI is about to release. They just released some of the JFK files. So there's more information on JFK and his assassination. There's more information that potentially could be released from Area 51 right now. I would like to know. Do you guys think that this is something? Are we alone? Is what I'm trying to say. Is the short version of what I'm trying to say. Are we alone out there? I find it hard to believe that we are. I think that there are other people. I think that we've already colonized the moon, for example. I think probably 20 years ago, we decided to go ahead and do that because there's a lot of stuff going on underneath the surface. Do you know that I think it's like every 2 days, there's a rocket that goes up in space from somewhere here in the United States.
I didn't know that.
There are 3 or 4 private companies that are sending rockets up about every 2 days or less. Why?
No.
Why would we need to send a rocket up every 2 days? Why can't? And these are not small rockets. These are huge rockets. I think there's something is weird. Something is off. Something is happening right now. And there's a lot of talk about this. Now, if you look back, for example, Demolition Man, they called it. Taco Bell has already started their cantina situation, which is exactly like they did in Demolition Man 20 years ago.
Who knew that Sylvester Stallone was way ahead of the game? So
who knew? Not I, for sure. I mean,
I do want to comment about the JFK files being released under federal law. Although Trump is trying to take some credit for releasing it, under law they were going to get released anyway.
They had to, yeah, they had to.
You have a chance of that. What we have found for the conservatives out there, we're going to find out when they release the Reagan files. I was not a very happy person for Reagan. And as bad as Trump has been, Reagan was just as bad. Let's face it, he went in with Alzheimer's. Okay, that's all I have to say.
Right.
And he had her hand up his ass. Okay, so that's how that worked. And then Bush protected his own father and all that. And that's why those will probably take 50 years to be released too. So it'll be kind of interesting. I'm not even sure there's going to be very important documents from JFK that get released.
No, they're not. No documents right now are going to be damning to anybody. These are going to be generic documents that have been held back specifically for this reason. They knew that these were going to have to be released at some time. Yep. So they're choosing. Now, there's no, as far as I can tell, as far as I've seen, as far as I've read, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there have been no specifications on what has to be released. It's just now we have to release these sets of documents. There's no actual like which sets. It's just there's a group of documents that now have to be released, and you can hold back. Or what they have been known to do is black out 90% of the documents so that they are literally unreadable.
Because that's what they're planning on doing with the Know Nothing show. They're going to black it out.
I would say that's probably a really good idea, honestly, because, I mean, seriously.
I think that's what they're going to just black us out. I'm not trying to sound racist. They're going to black my face out.
Because if you're coming back from being under a rock for 3 months, and this is the show that you decide to come back to.
Right. That person should be vaping right now.
I mean, come on, brother.
Smoke whatever you can, whatever flavor brings it to you. You know what I mean? That's how it should be. So I do like that vaping thought. You actually look kind of cool.
Well, I mean, that's really the goal. I'm getting older in life, and I have to preserve my youthfulness.
Yeah.
And I felt like now here's the cheat that I did. I actually did a product video for one of these guys. I do video work on the side, and I did they were one of the sponsors of an event that WSDI did.
Okay,
and they said, "Here, take this
station here." Okay, where I'm at.
Yeah, where he's at. They said, take this and use it. And I said, okay, what is this? So I had to have it actually explained to me. But once it was explained to me, I said, okay, so puff, puff, pass. And they're like, no, you have the idea. And I said, okay, good. So I did that, and I was like, okay, well, this is cool, I guess. I don't understand. I mean, I'd rather just smoke, but I guess this is probably healthier or something. I don't know. But every once in a while, you'll see me puff on the vape.
Yeah, versus, puffing on some dude. So, just saying.
Well, I mean, if the money's right, we are in radio.
Right.
As long as it's not you.
If he's a good humor man, you know what I'm saying?
Did they call you the good humor man? Because I got something to laugh about.
I do want to comment. Someone did put up on the Facebook page that she believes that the government is completely a conspiracy because that's what the government does. Okay,
like the entire government is a conspiracy.
Yeah. I would like to ask people, how do you come up with that? Okay, so that would mean your entire life that everybody is. Life is everybody's hiding everything.
Mm-hmm.
There's no truth in anything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're dumb enough to believe in either side that everybody's truthful or everybody's bad, something's wrong. Okay?
Yeah.
Something's wrong.
You're probably vaping right now.
Yeah. You have to be. You have to be. If you think everything's a conspiracy, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, but the thing is, though, if you think...
Now, let me get back. Because the government is run by corrupt people. Okay, you have to be specific. You can't say, "Oh, it's all the people." So that would mean you're full of crap too. Okay, because you must be just as corrupt because that makes us all corrupt. And right. I would have a hard time believing that everybody in government is corrupt. We'll use JFK. Probably not the greatest guy on the planet, but he's looked at like one of the greatest presidents ever. Although he didn't really accomplish much
because he died. Because he was assassinated.
With all that. And actually, Johnson completed a lot of stuff. And I don't care what anybody says. Actually, Nixon did a lot of good. He just got caught with his hand in the cookie jar trying to block something for, Watergate.
He's a cock blogger. Yeah.
But again, you're whining about politicians. That would be everybody. Aren't we all kind of politicians in our own little way at work or whatever like that? Like, let's face it, I am not the greatest guy on the planet at work. Okay? I admit that.
Yeah, that's true.
Does that make me bad and corrupt? No. We just try to do things better. If we could do that. That's like such a cool look.
I'm really digging this. I'm watching on the camera right now. I'm really digging it. I'm trying not to interrupt you, but this is fun for me.
That's all right. I got no problems with any of that, It's cool. It's cool. Well, we only want to take like 15 minutes of the after dark of all that. We greatly appreciate everybody that listens and watches the show. We love your opinion just for discussion's sake. Doesn't matter if it's right, wrong, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter because Eric and I are going to argue about stuff to the end of time. He's a lazy ass millennial.
You are old as...
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's truth in both of those comments.
I would say that Steve is full of wisdom, but it's not wisdom that he's full of.
No, I just pooped before I came on air, so I flushed it. So gets us back to the rails where we started. That's where we started,
and where we ended.
All right, so have yourself. Thank you so much for watching. It is always a pleasure. Stay tuned for when we get to 2 hours. We're gonna let everybody know we're going to 2 hours. Okay, we'll be it'll be like what was it? 2 and 2 was a love connection.
That's right.
That's what's going to happen. It's going to be 2 hours. It's going to be the new love connection. So hashtag out. Again, if there are things you guys would like us to talk about or consider, post it on Twitter or on Facebook for either one of our pages.
Or email.
The show page and email. Okay? Have yourself a good night. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next time on Know Nothing. Bye.